They laughed at him. They called him foolish. They said he did not understand the world. Years later, the world had to say sorry. Most of us grow up believing that experts always know best. We trust people with white coats, big books, long titles, and serious voices. We think they see the truth more clearly than we ever could. So when they say something is impossible, we often stop asking questions. We stop trying. We tell ourselves that if the experts are sure, then it must be true. It feels safe to agree with them. It feels calm to let someone else think for us. But history shows something strange. Again and again, people with power and training were wrong. And again, normal people saw what the experts could not see. This is not about hating experts. This is about noticing how even smart people can miss simple truths. There was a time when doctors believed that washing hands did not matter. A young doctor noticed that more people were dying when doctors did not wash their hands. He saw a simple pattern. Clean hands meant fewer deaths. Dirty hands meant more deaths. He shared this idea. Other doctors felt insulted. They were trained. They were respected. They did not like being told that their own hands could be harming people. They said the young doctor was wrong. They said he was making things up. They said there was no proof. People kept dying. Years later, hand washing became normal. The young doctor was right. The experts were wrong. It was not because the experts were evil. It was because they did not want to change how they saw themselves. They did not want to accept that something small could matter so much. There was a time when people believed the earth was flat. This idea felt natural. When you look around, the ground looks flat. The sea looks flat. The sky looks like a big bowl over your head. Some thinkers said the earth was round. Many experts said this was nonsense. They trusted what their eyes showed them. They trusted old beliefs. Sailors and travelers noticed something strange. Ships did not just shrink as they went far away. They slowly sank out of sight. First the bottom, then the top. This simple sight told a deeper story. The earth was not flat. Regular people who watched the sea noticed this long before it became common knowledge. The truth was there. It was quiet. It did not shout. It waited for someone to notice. There was a time when experts said flying machines would never work. They said humans were too heavy. They said the air could not hold us. They said it was a dream for children. Two brothers who fixed bikes believed otherwise. They did not have fancy titles. They did not have big labs. They had patience. They watched birds. They tested small ideas. They failed many times. The experts laughed. The brothers kept working. One day, their machine lifted off the ground. It stayed in the air. The world changed in that moment. The experts were shocked. The regular people had done what was said to be impossible. The sky did not belong only to birds anymore. There was a time when people believed that stones could not fall from the sky. Experts said it was silly. They said rocks came from the ground, not from space. People in small towns told stories about fire in the sky and loud sounds and stones hitting the earth. The experts said these people were lying or confused. They said there was no such thing as rocks from space. Then one day, a rock fell in front of many witnesses. It was studied. It was different from normal rocks. Slowly, the experts had to change their minds. The sky could send stones to the ground. The stories of regular people were true all along. There was a time when doctors believed pain was all in the mind. They told people to stay quiet and strong. They said the body did not feel pain in the way people described. Many patients felt unheard. They knew their pain was real. They lived with it every day. Over time, new tools showed that pain can be seen in the body. It is not just a story in the mind. The people who lived with pain were telling the truth. The experts had been missing something simple. They had not listened enough. There was a time when experts said that babies could not feel pain. They thought young minds were too simple to feel it. Doctors did painful work on babies without care to ease the pain. Parents felt something was wrong. They saw their babies cry and shake. They felt in their hearts that pain was real. Later, studies showed that babies feel pain deeply. The experts had been wrong. The parents were right. The truth was always in front of them, in small cries and tiny movements. There was a time when experts said that stress was just a feeling. They told people to ignore it. They said it could not harm the body. Regular people felt their hearts race. They felt tired. They got sick more often when life was heavy. They felt stress in their bones. Over time, it became clear that stress changes the body. It changes sleep. It changes how the heart works. It changes how the body heals. The people who felt stress in their daily lives were not weak. They were noticing real changes. The experts had been slow to see it. There was a time when experts said that simple food could not change health much. They focused only on medicine. People noticed that when they ate fresh food, they felt better. When they ate poor food, they felt tired and sick. They noticed this pattern in their own bodies. It was not a big study. It was daily life. Over time, experts began to agree. Food shapes health in deep ways. The simple truth was in kitchens and small meals. Regular people had been learning it for years. There was a time when experts said that the mind could not shape the body. They said thoughts were just thoughts. People noticed that hope helped them heal. They noticed that fear made them feel worse. They noticed that calm helped pain fade. Over time, it became clear that the mind and body talked to each other all the time. The people who trusted their inner sense were not imagining things. They were feeling a real link. So why does this happen so often? Why do experts who study and learn for many years miss things that regular people notice in daily life? The answer is simple. The brain likes comfort. The brain likes what it already knows. When we learn something early, it feels safe. When we build our work and name around an idea, that idea becomes part of who we are. If the idea is wrong, it feels painful to let it go. It feels like losing a piece of yourself. So the brain finds ways to protect the old idea. It says, this new thing is silly. It says, this person does not understand. It says, there is no proof yet. This is not done on purpose. It is a quiet habit of the mind. Another reason is that experts often see the world from far away. They look at charts and rules. Regular people live in the middle of the world. They feel the ground, they touch the heat, they carry the weight of daily life. This close view can show small patterns. A mother notices her child's mood change before any tool can measure it. A worker notices when a machine sounds wrong before it breaks. A farmer notices when the soil feels tired before the plants die. These small signs are easy to miss if you only look at big numbers and big ideas. There is also fear. Changing a strong belief can feel like standing on moving ground. It can feel like the world is no longer solid. Experts may fear losing respect. They may fear being laughed at. They may fear that years of work were built on a wrong idea. So they hold tight to what they know. Regular people have less to lose in this way. They are more free to say, this does not feel right. They are more free to test small ideas in daily life. This does not mean experts are bad. Many experts work hard to find the truth. Many change their minds when new proof appears. Progress happens because people are willing to look again. But the pattern is still there. Big ideas often start as small doubts in quiet minds. A simple question can shake a strong belief. A small daily habit can reveal a hidden truth. There is a gentle lesson here for you. You do not need a big title to notice something real. You do not need a loud voice to be right. If something feels off in your life, it may be worth listening to that feeling. This does not mean you should reject all advice. It means you can stay awake. You can stay curious. You can notice patterns in your own days. You can ask soft questions. Why does this work for me? Why does this not feel right? Why do I feel better when I change this small thing? The world moves forward when people notice small cracks in big ideas. It moves forward when someone dares to say, I see something different. Most of the time, that person is quiet. They are not famous. They are not powerful. They are just paying attention. And attention is powerful. Think about how many times in your own life you felt something was true before you could explain it. Think about a time you trusted your sense, even when others did not agree. Sometimes you were wrong. That is part of being human. But sometimes you were right. Those moments matter. They show that truth is not owned by any one group. It lives in shared experience. It grows when people listen to what they see and feel. The next time you hear a strong voice say, "This is how it is," pause for a moment. Breathe. Notice what you see around you. Notice what your own life is showing you. Truth is often quiet. It does not rush. It waits for someone to notice.